Hey, yo, dude.
What's up?
Have you ever heard of a brown note?
No.
So, brown note is a theoretical scientific bullcrap thing, like if you get in real drop in science or whatever, where there is a note that if people hear it, they lose control of their bowels, hence why it's called brown note.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, well, it's a theoretical thing. Like, if you hear the note, you lose control. Like, it's the frequency vibrates in a way that you lose control of your bowels.
And so, like, the idea that might exist is what you're talking about.
Well, the concept of a brown note is something that I believe I've proven, but it's more complicated than people have thought.
Okay, so what's your opinion on this? Hey,
So
Michael,
it's real?
Much like the early 2000s, drop some science on us.
I'll hit you, baby, one more time because I rode in a car with 4 children under the age of 4 the other day.
Yes.
And 2 of them were crying at the same time. And see, we've used science to try to figure out what the brown note is. Let me tell you, it's because we weren't using enough voices. Because there was a harmonization with 2 children crying at the same time where, and I'm not exaggerating this for the comedic effort of the podcast, my anal control, like, I lost control of it. Like, I did not poop myself in the car, but like, I what's the word? I clenched involuntarily. Like, the noise was such a frequency and a pitch that when the babies cried and it harmonized, I lost control of my sphincter.
Your sphincter... Well, I mean, let's first of all be very thankful that your sphincter seized in the way that was useful.
Well, what I'm trying to say is I don't know what would have happened if I would have been loaded and ready to go. Like, I was empty at the time, but if I was loaded, who knows what would have went down.
Have you ever pooped yourself in a car since you've been an adult?
I've been dangerously I've been close enough to check.
Hey, Michael?
Yeah.
You want to just know a fun little fact about your younger brother, Marcus?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I have.
Oh, good.
Like, a little bit.
Like, recently?
Like...
Okay, so, like, we're gonna get real gross here. I'm sorry, Moms. What are we talking about when you say a little bit?
I mean, you farted, it wasn't all a fart, and when you checked, it wasn't just, like, a little bit of, like, what's it called?
Stain?
It wasn't just a little bit of stain. There's just some dookie in your underwear.
See, I've only really had the stain. Like, I've got the stain before.
I had a little bit of dookie in my underwear one time.
Like, how easily?
Like, I believe this was 19-year-old Marcus.
Okay, so 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was an adult who lived on my own, functioning in the real world. And I did poop my pants a little bit on the road one time.
What are we going to rate the concept of a brown note? Because I think it's kind of like think about this. Once I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about what superpower would you have, if any, and one of the persons said they wanted to be able to look at someone and make them lose their control of their bowels on command, which is a real, like, if we're talking superhero powers that are good and superhero powers that are evil.
It's a villain power.
It's defo a villain power because there's not a ways it could be used for good.
But do you think about this, though? So, Weird Al Yankovic, freaking 22 extra large cheese pizzas. Clear that up real quick, dude. Hey, hit you with that brown note. Get your bowels irrigated, dude.
But, like, the thing is, like, if you had the power... Think about this. Let's
1,
just
2, 3, 4. Cyber chase joke.
So let's think about this. Like, if you had the power of the brown note, right?
Yeah.
And you could make, especially if it was like not a note, it was a like. Let's say the note is sub audio frequency.
Are you asking me what my villain name would be? It'd be Brown Clown.
Downtown Brown Clown.
Well, no, my lane would be Downtown.
No, but like, can you like, let's say you go to a restaurant and you ask somebody,
and you just look at that Olive Garden employee.
You're like, "Excuse me, could I get some water?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." So, like, let's say this happened. I went to a local establishment, and I love this establishment. I'm gonna name it. Not gonna name it. And dude saw that my lemonade was low, and he was like, "Yo, can I refill your lemonade?" I was like, "Yeah, please, dog." And so he took my lemonade cup and just promptly didn't return it for some, longer than 5 minutes, we'll say. Like, the lemonade was gone.
And you were parched.
And no, dude, like, since I don't chew my food, I need to drink a lot when I eat.
That is true. You have a patented method where you gotta drink while you swallow.
Absolutely, and
you're gonna choke.
I hit my 20-pound milestone, right? So I've lost over 20 pounds now. So I was, we'll say, doing a little bit of celebration, and I was eating way too much food. And as you know, I don't chew my food. I basically put food in my mouth, swallow, and then expect the drink to do the rest. I didn't have no drink anymore. So there were multiple times where I reached this point where it's either suffocate or take my wife's drink, and I did the latter. And I would like look back behind me and look for the waiter to try to see if I could be like, hey dude, I'm not gonna be rude, but I would really like my drink back. I really need a drink.
Hey yo, dog, yo.
And I saw him a couple times and he never bought the drink. He didn't see me, I don't think. He didn't drink the drink back. I would have been tempted. I would have been tempted to look at him
just looked at him
and just do no, I imagine it's more like a Yondu, he whistles. Just and then dude disappears for a few.
Can either of us whistle well?
Oh, watch this. This is gonna be real loud, and I'm probably gonna There we go.
Yeah, I really like that audio.
I like to do that when I'm at baseball games. You know how people whistle at baseball games?
Yeah, baseball games are just real rowdy, man.
We talked about baseball before. Anyway.
Okay, dude, imagine this, though. You are at the College World Series in that Omaha area.
Mm-hmm.
And you're go baseball boys. And that baseball pitcher boy that you just hate the most. And he's not on your team that you want to win.
He just goes to Browntown.
And you just...
Especially because, imagine this. He winds up to pitch. He's got the ball behind his back, and all of a sudden, he just goes to Browntown, and it's very apparent to all involved because he's wearing those skin-tight, light-colored pants.
Dude, but what you actually did was you messed up your boy. He threw a fake pitch. It was just a turd.
You're at church. Pastor goes a little too long. You're I really want to go eat some lunch. The pastor finishes his sermon abruptly.
I mean, imagine this, dude. So you're sitting there and traffic does this prank, which I don't know how often you drive in traffic, but they like to do this prank where they all just park on the road and there's literally zero reason for it. And you just roll down that window and get that megaphone out and then all of a sudden everybody's got to get somewhere really quick. Everybody's moving.
You're a lady. You're a lady mom. And, you know how lady moms like to, judge each other?
Yeah.
So, you're watching your babies, and this lady mom's watching their babies, and this lady mom says something mean to your kids, or, is, bugging you and getting all up in your grill and judging you. You look at her, and then boom. Send her to Browntown.
What about this, dude? So, you know how, sometimes moms will be, really competitive about their kids? Be like, well, my kid's only 9 months, and they're potty trained. Try it again. Hey, Susan.
At least using your powers on a small baby seems like a real dark thing to do.
How potty trained is Timothy, Susan? It could just be my motherly intuition, but I think Tommy went to Browntown.
You're at a family reunion, and the first person to bring up a dissenting political view than the majority of the people there. Doesn't matter whether you're liberal or whether you're on the right side. Boom. Browntown. Downtown Judy Brown, Browntown. You're at a movie theater, and some dude keeps using his cell phone to text while you're trying to watch episode 8 or 9 of Star Wars. Browntown. It's a seriously useful power. I can't think of a lot of, it would be extremely... It's so simple, yet so devious.
And, here's the thing. You're not hurting them. Like, they're not hurt.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not permanent in any way, except for the
Shame.
the public shame, and the fact that they can never live their life again without fear of crapping themselves.
Especially because, okay, so imagine this. You just whistle a lot, right?
Well, I
so,
do.
You whistle a lot, and then you kind of just slip in to that secret
note.
whistle. So nobody knows that it's you at all in any way. So you're kind of like. And you just slip up.
And then boom. you gotta target somebody. It's like the Death Note. You just gotta do it every once in a while to keep people guessing. You just walking down the audience. You do the Spider-Man thing. You're walking down the street, you're like, boom, 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 brown note. Just like in a rando.
Yeah, so can you do that? I can't do it. Can you do it? Yeah, it's just... You're just
whistling, catcall someone.
Whistling, brown note. Catcall, brown note.
How do you rate the brown note concept theory?
That's a 10 out of 10. That's transcendent, dude.
Dude,
we'll solve that.
I think we're underestimating just how powerful you could get extremely fast.
I mean, just imagine... Okay, dude, imagine this. North Korea's like, hey, nah, dude, we're freaking gonna nuke you. And the guy's yelling at us, and he's like...
Watch Kim Jong-un turd himself. Kim Jong-un turd himself on TV.
Because he's like, so you know how I kind of make everybody in my country think I'm God and stuff? I'm on national... Hey, bud, calm down. Take it easy, Chief.
If we gave 2 people on Earth, and it could be any 2 people, what is the fastest one of them brown notes Trump? Either you are pro him or against him. What's the odds that someone does it just to see what happens?
Okay, here's the thing.
It's gonna be you.
It does. It doesn't matter if you are pro-Trump or against Trump. It's just the idea that our president and a president as brash as Trump can be.
See, now you sound like the Joker. It doesn't matter whether you like this person or disagree with them. I just want to see what happens when they turd their pants in public. I don't know what to do with the car when I caught it, but I do want to see what happens when the person in the car loses bowels.
No, they lose their bowels. They just don't have them anymore. They're gone.
I don't know, dude. I think I would feel bad if I did it. I would feel guilty.
Every time? Yeah, but
not every time. I don't know. Maybe every time eventually. You're publicly shaming someone in a way that's, we'll say, quite hard to recover from.
I mean, but here's the thing, Michael. Maybe they deserve it.
But are you the judge and jury?
Yeah, because here's the thing. People know... Michael, I've read a lot of comic books. Nobody has a problem with the judge and jury boys. They have a problem with the judge, jury, executioner boys.
You are the executioner.
But you're not executing anybody. Except, I guess socially and politically.
You are socially and politically executing someone if you force them to turd their pants.
Can you imagine freaking young Bush is like, how did George W. Bush sound? Can you
Texas? I don't know.
Howdy, y'all. I'm George W. Bush. I'm gonna be president of the United... Oh, poopers. I pooped myself. Dang it. My chances at putting our country billions of dollars in debt are now down the toilet. Much like my poop should have been rather than inside my pants.
I did not have relations with that. Excuse me. Or even better.
I am not a...
I smoked weed, but I did not inhale. Oh, goodness me. It's so stupid.
Thank not what one man can do for his country. Oh.
One small for mankind.
What happened was when JFK was like, thank not what one man can do for his... Alright guys, this is Operation Brown Note, and he killed himself. The assassination was to save him social suicide because he pooped himself. We solved the JFK assassination.
Oh, heck darn me. It's an evil power, though.
It is. I mean, it is much like you've talked about the power to, like, mind control somebody, even if it's a little bit. To take away somebody's free will can never be conceived as a good guy thing to do. Brown noting somebody can never be a good guy thing to do. It can have good outcomes.
If you brown noted Hitler, is it okay?
Okay, Michael, I believe in absolute right and wrongs. So, like, I'm not gonna say it wouldn't be funny. I'm not gonna say Hitler might not have deserved it. But I'm saying it's not. You shouldn't. Nobody deserves that, bud.
We should leave that up to a higher power. If a higher power chooses to brown note Hitler, that's okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, if, like, Hitler's walking around and two soldiers happen to be whistling and their whistles hit the frequency at the right time, and Hitler gets brown noted, like, okay, good on him. But I'm saying if you go out of your way to brown note Hitler, it's still a
I mean, an
problem
accidental brown note is not intentional. That's the definition of accident.
Yeah.
Sometimes fate has its way of working out.
Here's what you just said, Michael. Well, you know this thing. It's this thing. That's what you said. You know water bottles and how they have water in them sometimes?
I tried to brown note you.
Didn't work, dude.
Dang it.
Freaking. Well, here's the thing. It would have, on a lesser man, it would have worked. But ever since I pooped myself in the car, I've been
steel.
Yeah, dude. I'm your arch nemesis.
Do you want to know my secret? I'm always clenching.
I'm your nemesis. I'm sphincter sleuth, and I have a sphincter of bronze. So, you're freaking sitting there pouring your heart and soul into a passion project of trying to be funny with your brother, and people casually listen all the time, but don't actually give any craps about you. Just get them.
I hope you were not wearing headphones, or you might have had an accident.
Do you think we should be less gross on this show or introduce it at all?
Shout out if you've ever heard children crying in a small enclosed space and thought you were going to crap yourself.
What we should tell people what we're doing.
Welcome to Life's What You Rate It. This is a podcast where me, Michael, and my brother.
No, your uncle? Is that what you said?
I don't know what I said. Me, Michael, and my brother.
Mark.
Review everything in the world, starting, I guess, today with brown notes, and tell you on a scale of 1 to 10 whether it's good or not. Thanks for listening.
Thus far, I promise you it's probably not going to get better than brown notes.
So last week we didn't do an episode, and I want to apologize for you. I want to apologize.
I'm going to apologize for you guys because you were so mean to us. You guys just lit us up like aggressively on the internet, and I was like, guys, calm down. So we accept your apology for being a little outrageous, for being so upset.
We had company in town, and it was your birthday.
It was my birthday, dude, and let me just say this. I couldn't have driven here legally, if you know what I mean.
You turned 21, and we just did a party for you, and you got lit.
Yeah, and this time, it was a legal drug, and not the lean that I'm usually lit on.
You know.
We did a party for you, too, Michael. How old are you going to be?
28.
28 years old.
I'm having a midlife crisis, actually.
So you're banking on not living that long?
56 is pretty long.
Not really.
Our parents aren't 56 yet, and they're old. Our dad's 3 probably?
I want to say 52.
Either way, 56 is a good age, right? You get to see your grandkids, but you don't have to see them become teenagers.
You don't have to watch them become the worst.
You don't have to watch them fall apart. They're still babies when you die. That seems rad.
Okay, hey, here's an idea. We're gonna have a quick side note. Do you want to not existentially bum me out on the show that we're supposed to be funny on?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you bring anything this week to rate?
Oh, I wanted to rate HGTV.
Dude, I freaking love... I love some of HGTV, right?
Yeah.
We want to get real here? Because, hold on. I need to adjust this. Alright, let's get real here. Because HGTV and Food Network are what my life is about.
Complete side note. Did you see what they added to Netflix?
No.
Jeopardy.
What?
I know you're a good game show boy.
Jeopardy's
added seasons of Jeopardy to Netflix.
I kind of think that's something I might check out.
Yeah, I figured you would. But now that we're not just brothers talking anymore and we're jumping back into the goof, I think...
Do you like HGTV?
I think I do. And that might be the most metrosexual thing I've said out loud. But here's the thing, Michael. I really do like House Hunters. Like, House Hunters is kind of my jam. There's too many commercials for my taste.
Dude, the people on House Hunters are freaking nuts. Because that bit you did, like, where the person who called the other person the wrong number one, like, wanted to sell someone a house way outside their budget.
It's just a real thing.
Also, like, there's a meme going around. And this is, like, a meme in mom Facebook, like, mom internet. So maybe you haven't seen it. But, like, there's a meme going around where it's, like, a husband walks in. He's like, I'm a professional dog walker. And the mom walks in and she's like, I'm a professional influencer or something. And they're like, okay, what's your budget? And they're like, $4 million. And you're like, what the crap? How do these people have so much money? I work so hard every day. And the guy's a professional dog walker. He's got a $4 million budget. What the crap?
What is the meme about? What?
House Hunter, lots of times people will have a huge budget and their job is like nothing that pays anything.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why these people have such high budgets sometimes when their jobs are literally like regular people jobs.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
You talked about dog walking, but then I thought of a good joke that I thought of.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to own my own dog pooper scooping business because ask me how business is going.
How's business going?
It's picking up. So you thought I was gonna say it's crappy or something,
Yeah.
but I went. It was so like here's
This joke is funny because he subverted what you thought he was going to say.
He was the low hanging fruit for that joke, and I was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, like we can explain humor for people.
I beat that by a knuckle, dude. I beat that lowest hanging joke from my setup by a knuckle.
Have you so has House Hunters the main show that you watch? Because that's their filler show, I think.
Yes, but also I wanted to talk to you about a different show that we watched a lot of with Mom at the very least.
What's that?
It was a show called Design Star, in which these boys and girls would come and they would compete on a reality. How do you not remember the character? He was a real boy named Michael who would say the word feroce. So I just used this hot pink color and with the white stripes, and it's gonna look so feroce.
So Design Star was a reality show where you tried to win like a slot on the channel. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So you'd win your own show at the end.
So like, there's a Food Network version of this too, and I've watched that recently.
Is it called Yummy Yummy Good Bakes?
I think it's called like Next Food Network Star. It's pretty original titling.
Oh, is it called So You Want to Be Guy Fieri?
There's a bunch of people that are famous on that channel that won that show that I didn't realize, and Guy might have been one of them.
Does Guy Fieri cook?
Yeah, he has a bunch of restaurants.
And he cooks at all of them?
I mean, no, he doesn't. Most of the time, he does not cook on his shows. He just,
He just goes
eats other
straight. He just drives to Flavor Town is where he does.
Yeah, he spends all of his time in his hot rods driving to Flavor Town.
But, he really cooks.
Oh, yeah, he knows how to cook. Dude, if you spend your whole life around food, you're going to pick up something, I hope.
But I figured his whole jam was eating the foods.
And most of his jam is eating the foods.
You know what else is his jam?
What?
Jam.
Yeah, I thought you were going there. But like...
Oh, dang it. Hold on. You know what else is his jam?
What?
Jelly.
What's that show on HGTV that got like everybody talking? It's Magnolia and there's Chip and Joanna Gaines. What's that show called? Everybody was talking about it. Like it's like what everybody in my friend group were talking about. The show, Shabby Chic, Waco, Texas.
Waco.
What the crap? Amanda Catherine. What's the show called? Oh, come on. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Chip and Joanna Gaines, they have kids. They're a couple that gets along.
Oh.
Flip or Flop? Nope, that's a different show. Heck darn it. This is driving me insane.
Love It or List It?
Nope, that's a different one. It's Design on a Dime is a different show. It's the freaking biggest one. All the moms are listening to us right now that have made it this far in this podcast without calling the
and they want to slap
suicide
us silly.
hotline are about to slap us silly. What is this stupid show called?
Amanda!
We're gone. All right, whatever. Anyway, that's the show that everyone's been talking about recently. If you go to Target now, they have their own line of like design stuff there after this couple.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Hey, Amanda? What's the name of that show with Chip and Joanna?
Fixer-upper.
There we go.
A bit of a fixer-upper.
That's a good show.
The only fixer that can fix a fixer-upper is a little bit of love. It's a Frozen song.
Yeah, I was trying to play Frozen. That makes sense. Fixer Upper. It was a 10 out of 10. I love that show. I've seen every episode.
Fun. It's really charming.
She just had another baby.
She did?
Baby number 5.
You can have more than one?
Spoiler alert, you have 2 from me. Remember Charlie?
I thought he was adopted.
Oh. I mean, we don't like to talk about that on the podcast, but
also
I can edit it out, I guess.
I just thought about this. We're brothers. Dang it. Isn't one of us adopted?
We don't look anything alike.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
Have you ever done like a dumb joke and then you kind of regret it?
This podcast? No, what? No, I haven't. Sorry.
I shaved recently.
Yeah?
And I look like I'm roughly 15 years old.
I thought you were.
Close.
That was a reference to how I never know his age.
He doesn't.
He's 21 now.
I'm 21 years old. I did it for a joke about going as Joe Jonas for Halloween.
Okay.
And then I had the stunning realization that it's going to take me roughly a month and a half to get any sort of substantial facial hair back.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's worth looking like a 15-year-old.
Too late.
So I have a question for you. Do you have the issue where you look just like a total baby if you shave all the way?
Yeah. A fat one. A fat baby.
You just people are like, Charlie, come. Oh, that's not Charlie. It's Michael.
He's too tall and he's balding. That must be Michael.
That's the only way you can tell them apart, though, which is weird because he's adopted.
My son is also balding.
Well, he's not so much balding as he's not growing hair there yet. That's not really how that works.
Well, hairlines are complicated.
Well, I'm not balding. I'm just, that part of my head's taking a break real quick. It'll come back. My hairline will... What's the opposite of receding? Proceeding?
Proceeding. My hairline is proceeding.
My hairline's proceeding, dude.
It was just seeding? No, because that also means...
It's like the Young Justice bit of, why is nobody just whelmed? You're overwhelmed. Other people are underwhelmed. Why is nobody whelmed?
HGTV gets a 8.
8 out of 10. I like a lot of HGTV. Now that we were naming those shows and I was thinking
yeah, but there's a lot of shows where, I don't know, I just feel like House Hunters isn't my jam, though.
Dude, I love House Hunters. But also, they taught us Feroche. If it was not for HGTV, we would not know what Feroche meant.
I mean, you can guess, but we wouldn't have just been made known of its presence.
We wouldn't. Okay, Michael, can you honestly tell me you would never have said the word Feroche if not for HGTV?
I might have.
Give me an odds.
At least 53%.
You would have said Feroche without that show.
At some point, yeah.
Okay, now when I say, I meant like you said this not as like you messed up saying a different word, like you're trying to say ferocious and stuttered.
Sometimes I try to make like my own
slang,
or like I try
like with T-Rev?
Like with T-Rev, or like, I don't know, just like totes my goats, stuff like that.
Totes my goats. Or how you call Mac, but you call him like Mac, like people call MacGyver Mac, and not like his name Mac. We should wrap up this
Thanks
show.
for listening to Life's What You Rated It.
Do you know that it's time to end the show when you said something so dumb that you're done too?
I was just trying to like make sure I didn't miss something, or if it was that stupid.
This is maybe the saddest moment of my whole life. And like usually I'm like, people should give a crap about our show. We try really hard and I think it's getting better and it's funny and stuff. And then
proved them right.
And then I said something, I was like, I would turn this crap off. In my head I was like, if somebody made that joke, I don't care how invested I was. Like I love the I love the My Brother and Me podcast, but no joke, if I was listening and Travis made that joke, I'd be like, I'm done. I'll listen next week. Click. I disappointed myself.
Thanks for listening to Life's What You Rate It. If you like, we already made a bit about this, but like, if you like this, you could like it on Facebook, share it. like our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, validate us in some way, comment on the website, comment on something. We post this everywhere, Instagram. Just like, let us know that you like the show. Let us know if there's a funny bit that you liked. Like, we want to make a show that's good for you people. And if you want to leave a iTunes review, you can do that too. Like we said, facebook.com/WackMatters, twitter.com/WackMatters. Look up WackMatters on YouTube.
Hit us up. I mean, we will still talk about Spidey Dance Challenge.
WackMatters_com. Hashtag Spidey Dance Challenge. Yeah, check out the normal places. We do appreciate the people. We realize that there are listeners that listen every week. We do appreciate. So you have any good jokes to end this with?
Okay, Michael, you can't spring the whole adjective "good" on me all of a sudden. You've been asking me if I have jokes, and now now I have to change them to good ones.
Hold on. You have any good fart? You don't have any jokes to?
Yeah, hey Michael. So there's two snowmans. There's two snowmen, and it's one of their's birthday, and he was like, "Hey, how'd you like the cake I got you?" And he's like, "Ah, dude, it kind of tasted like snot." And someone's like, "Well, it was carrot cake."
Huh?
Okay, so the snowmen, they ate a cake, and they said it tasted like snot, and it's carrot cake because snowmen have carrot noses. I'm sorry it was too highbrow humor for you.
Oh, there's just too many levels. Levels.
And I keep on going up. Rooftop.
WackMatters is brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial where you can test out Audible's awesome audiobook monthly subscription service. Make sure to go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters.